Hey, what's up, guys? You know you like my videos. Hit that like and subscribe button down there. Hey, what's up to all my EddieBlockFilm fans? How you guys doing today? I told myself I was gonna make those daily life with Eddie Block and Spina Bifida, and you know what it's like to deal with it. And I made the one, and I never got back on it. Maybe it's because that one video was very hard for me to talk about, but who knows? So, anyways, I'm gonna start making them. Today was a very interesting day. It's hot. It's like 109. Yesterday, though, I went to Taco Bell and it was 113. At least that's what my truck said. So today I had to go to Fresno and do some stuff. And I went to get dog food because I ordered dog food from Walmart to have it delivered. And they're shipping, you know, the mail's going crazy right now. But it was weird. This was FedEx. And it's supposed to be here last Thursday and it didn't. And if you know my dogs, I have two here that will only eat canned food mixed with regular food. Now, it's funny, though, because if they go outside and they see the other dogs eating their just straight up bag food, you know, they'll go and eat it. They're just being jerks to me, I guess. Or they're just, I'm special, Dad. So that's what I had to do. Now, I get in there, and I done some other shopping because I went to Bed Bath & Beyond because they have a clearance sale, and you can buy... They always have 75% off things. So I look for like these $100, $200 items to get them for 75% off. And I got a couple today. But then I had to go to Michael's to pick up something for my 3D printing stuff and stickers. And then I went to Target since, you know, it was right there. My battery was dead on my scooter because I didn't charge it last night. And I'm in there, and the only dog food they had was really expensive canned dog food. And the price said like $12.99 for 12 on the shelf. When I went to go scan it, because I went to the scan your own self checkout, and it said $17.99. I was like, what the heck? And then I was like, well, you know, I already got it. I don't want to go back. My scooter's dead, and I couldn't believe it. So I drive out. I get to my truck, and I start loading my truck up. And then I leave, and I go to, I had to go somewhere else. And I stopped, and I unloaded my scooter real quick. And guess what I find? I forgot that I wanted this DVD. Because, you know, I'm a filmmaker. I watch Blu-rays, and I bought an Xbox last year just so I can watch Ultra 4K video because I have an Ultra 4K TV. It's the movie geek in me. Well, I didn't scan this. And I started freaking out. I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't scan the video. What am I going to do? They're going to think I'm a thief. And I have friends that work there. So I called Target right away. And I said, hey, I've already left. I'm disabled. Even if I get back there, my scooter won't make it inside. Can I just buy it online and have it for pickup? And then you guys just don't give it to me. She said, no, it doesn't work that way. Don't worry. You called us. You're fine. And I'm like, yeah, I want to make sure everybody knows. I don't want your security people watching later on and saying, oh my gosh, she's a thief. So I gave her my phone number, what I took, and my name. So she said, the next time you're near Target, just stop by and pay for it. So I guess that's what I'm going to have to do. But yeah, that was my weird day today. Now I got a little rant for you guys. And some of you guys aren't going to like this. The whole mask thing, I don't agree with. I don't think I should be forced to wear a mask in any stores. If the person is worried about getting sick and the mask work, then as long as they have a mask on and they use antibacterial sanitizer, they should be okay, right? Because that's what everybody's saying. So for all those people, you know, so I don't think that we should be forced to wear a mask. But we are. That's our society. I don't like wearing them. And the reason why is because, especially if I'm walking and I have my cane, I get out of breath so quick and I can't. If I wear those medical ones or any kind, I start itching on my face. You see, with Spina Bifida, I'm allergic to bananas. I'm allergic to avocados, and it sucks because I love both of those things. I'm allergic to vegetables, so I can't eat I used to eat carrots and dip them in ranch all the time. You know, or celery with peanut butter. I can't eat any of that because it'll give me a bowel obstruction. And I start tingling in my mouth. Now, I cheat with avocados, I'm not gonna lie. If you give me a burger with avocado and an egg and stuff like that, yeah, I'm gonna eat it. Or I like guacamole on my burritos. Ooh, 7-layer burrito at Taco Bell. But those jerk-offs took it away. Into a new rant real quick. Why, Taco Bell, are you taking away a 7-layer burrito and the enchiladas? I love those two things, and you took them away. You don't, I used to work at Taco Bell in high school. All the ingredients are already there for other burritos that you make. So it's not like you have to store extra condiments. It's not like you have to have an extra platter, because you use the same platter as you do for nachos, for the enchilado, and the wrapper, it's just a wrapper. Jeez, Taco Bell. So I don't have to go to Taco Bell anymore, because those are the two things I liked. I like Mexican pizza combos, but they're expensive. And they have the worst soda of all. You know, McDonald's is known for their soda. Jack in the Box, Wendy's have great soda. But for some reason, if you go to Taco Bell and their partner, KFC, don't get a soda from there, because it tastes flat, it tastes nasty. Anyways, back to the mask thing. So I'm against it, but if they're going to force us to wear it, and all these people now are claiming, well, I have a disability, and you can't ask me what my disability is. I don't like that. If you don't really have a disability, don't pull that. Because you know what? I do have a disability. And now when I say that, people are like, oh yeah, you're just like all the other people. It's not fair. You're not really disabled. You know, if they're going to force you to wear a mask, then don't shop in the freaking store. Don't pull that. That's like people parking in a handicapped spot that aren't handicapped. Or people that go and use those carts at Walmart or Costco and Target that don't need it. They just weigh too much or too lazy to ride or to walk. Don't do it. Don't do it. Anyways, I'm lucky today because I don't have to do any editing for Ben, because he was supposed to get me a clip and he still hasn't. So I'm not going to tell him, because I don't feel like editing today because it's hot and I don't feel like doing it. So, a story. I figured I can tell a story every day. I was out there at the rally, and Jarris Lee Jackson told me, Eddie, you should be a Lifetime movie. You got all these stories. So I figured I was going to play a song, and whatever song, hit shuffle, and whatever song came up, I'm sure I have a memory about it, because I like listening to music. And I'm on my cell phone, so I didn't feel like going out to the truck to get my GoPros because it's hot. So I'll just tell you an interesting story that happened to me. Geez, it was, I say 1996, maybe 1997. The internet had just come out. I'm working at this place called Applied Magnetics in Santa Barbara, or Goleta. And my buddy Steve was telling me about the internet. And I'm like, yeah, I've heard about it. He's like, dude, you can go in there in the chat rooms, you can meet people, you can find everything you want on the internet. And when I was in school, we had the intranet where we could talk to another school, but that was it. And so he's like, yeah, you got to get a computer. And yeah, I was working at Applied Magnetics, but me and my friends, we spent a lot of money. So we didn't always have the money to, I just bought I got the job in Santa Barbara, Goleta, and I lived in Lompoc, so it's a 45-minute drive to an hour. And the first day I got my job, I went right to Honda and bought a brand new 1996 Honda Civic, which probably wasn't the smartest idea, because right away I got all these offers for credit cards, and I took them, and I started spending and spending and spending. I was like, hey, I got a good computer job now. Well, it didn't work out too well, and I learned my lesson the hard way. But anyways, back to this internet stuff. So I was talking to this guy, and I met this black dude. His name was Ronnie or something like that. I forget. And he sold web TVs. So he talked me into it. I bought a web TV, and there was this chat on there, web TV chat. And I started chatting with a whole bunch of people, and there was this girl that lived in San Antonio. And it was just before Christmas time, and we were chatting it up big time. And my friend Steve was, what we had is, at Applied Magnetics, the technicians knew about it, and my buddy was a tech, so he gave me the 1-800 number. So we had a 1-800 number you could call to get to anybody in their office. So I would give this girl the 1-800 number and my extension, and she would call. And it was funny, I learned my lesson hard too on the calls, because my boss walked in one day and I hung up right away. And he's like, "What do you think I'm going to expect? I know you're talking to somebody, so just stay on the phone. Otherwise, I'm going to think you're talking to somebody you shouldn't be." So I thought about it, like, okay. So then next time he comes in, I just keep on. I was like, "Yeah, Tom," the engineer. I forget his name. And I was like, "Yeah, I'm having problems with the L3s and this and that, and I'm getting a code 20323." And so he just kept on his merry way and kept going. Next thing you know, about after the 10th or 15th time he did that, he's like, "Hey, Eddie, you're talking to him? Let me talk to the engineer." And I was like, "Oh, hey, Tom wants to talk to you. Tom, he said he doesn't like you, and you know that. He doesn't want to talk to you." So he grabbed the phone from me and found that I was talking to a girl. So I got in a little bit of trouble. But anyways, it came to Christmas time, and I was not getting along with my family. I'm the black sheep of the family. Let's just put it that way. My brother owns a restaurant. My sister's an ag teacher. And back then, I was just, I was in my 20s and doing stuff I shouldn't, upset that I was disabled. And anyway, so I had nowhere to go for Christmas. And this girl was like, "Why don't you come to San Antonio for Christmas?" And I said, "Well, let me think about it." And I was talking to my buddy Steve. And Steve's like, "Hey, I'm going to San Antonio too. My plane ticket was pretty cheap. You should go. You got nowhere else to go. And then if it's bad, just call me and we'll meet up and we'll hang out." And I was like, "All right." So I bought the ticket. And then my buddy got mad because I actually found the ticket on the internet cheaper than he did by like $100. And so I flew over there, and I looked up in some magazine. They said, "Here, you can have a free in-flight call." And I got that. So I'm calling these people from the airplane saying, "Hey, I'm on my way." And her mom's boyfriend answered. I was like, "Wow, that's pretty cool, Eddie." I was like, "Yeah, I'm big pimping." I wasn't, but so I show up, and the person that sent me pictures I got catfished. But, I guess you could say I'm a catfish too. I tell people I'm disabled, but you don't realize how disabled I am till you see me. So who knows? Anyways, I stayed there. I had to stay there for 5 days. It was interesting, to say the least. On Christmas Eve, we're at her father's house because her mom and dad were separated or divorced. And I'm sitting there, and she's like, "Hey, I'm going to apologize already, Eddie. My family's crazy." And I was like, "Hey, I love crazy. It's all good." And I go to the bath, or I'm sitting there, and her uncle kept saying, "Hey, have you seen my wife?" And I was like, "No, I haven't seen her in a while." So I'm like, "Hey, and by the way, where's the bathroom?" He's like, "Here, let me show you." He walked me to the bathroom, opened up the door, and there's his wife giving a blowjob. I don't know if I can say that on here, but giving sexual relations using her mouth to my friend's uncle, this girl's uncle, which was the brother of the wife. Fight breaks out. It was just, she's like, "Oh my God, I'm sorry." It was pretty crazy. The cool thing I could say though is, I went somewhere, I met some new people, and for New Year's, because I stayed there for New Year's here, I got to watch. They have like a big, huge ball drop like in New York, so that's pretty cool. But I know this video is getting long, so that's a story, one of my stories. Maybe next time I'll tell you about how I ended up in Alaska. That's a pretty cool story too. Sorry the camera's shaking a little bit, but I'm holding on with my cell phone. And I'm not sponsored by Bang Energy Drinks, but if you want to go and get me something for my birthday, you can always buy me a Bang Energy drink, because it's hot. I'm tired. I got some computer work to do. I'm going to edit this video and some more. So yeah. Anyways, don't forget to do what you got to do. Hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. If you're disabled like me, leave some comments in there. Tell me some funny stories. Maybe one day we can do a Zoom and I'll interview you and you can tell me your interesting story. I guess what I'll do is one day good, one day bad, because I have both good and bad experiences. All right, guys. Like and subscribe. Hit that bell. Ding.